All right, guys, just a quick little update. About 6 weeks ago, I did a raffle with my friend Sinister Monopoly. It was for the $10,000 painting, and it was very successful. A lot of people helped out. It was for my effort to start a nonprofit to distribute Narcan for free. Anybody that asks for it, we send it for free. So, the problem with when we did it is that we didn't get paid until this month. We get paid in a few days on the 21st because we were in a different pay cycle. So a lot of the cost to send things out, products, whatever it was a lot of out-of-pocket expenses. And it costs about 500 or 600 on LegalZoom to file with the Secretary of State. We have to get a PO box. I just paid for a website. I got the mailing system, the mass mailing service paid for, got it all set up. So there will be a link in the pinned comments, the first link, and it will be to get on that mailing list. You get put on the mailing list. It gives it to us in a way where we can print it automatically on labels. We have like 130 of them. Now, if you had emailed me a couple, probably like 6, 7 weeks ago when I first brought it up, and I told you that I was going to send it, now I have the ability where, it's not going to cost me like thousands of dollars to send it out to people. We have ways where we can get the shipping for a much more reduced rate. So you guys were on a priority list. You guys will get it first. We want to start sending stuff out this week coming up. And, Narcan, as most of you probably already know, is a opiate and opioid antagonist. So the difference between an opiate and opioid, opiate is derived from a poppy plant. That's how you make heroin. That's also how you make morphine. Those are opiates. Opioids are synthetics, painkillers. So that's the difference. That's why I always say opiates, opioids. What the fuck? It's the same thing. When you overdose on one of those, opiate or opioid, the first stage is you start losing your color because you go into respiratory arrest. So your breathing gets shallow. And there's a window as you're losing color. You get this very like fish scale shade of blue. It's very, very, it's very scary to see somebody, especially somebody you care about in that state. It's happened to innumerable people that I know around me, and I've overdosed who knows how many times, well over 10, and Narcan's been used on me at least like 7 or 8 of those times. One time was on the street. This guy from Albuquerque, New Mexico, shot me up with Narcan in an elevator. I remember it was in the Albuquerque story that I posted in the beginning of the channel. And so it's a lifesaver. This thing saves lives. And as you know, one of my best friends, Paul, and really, like, when I say one of my best friends, I like, legitimately, he was. I just made a video about him where he had that accident where he was set on fire and he got those really bad burns. I did that maybe like a month before he passed away. That's by far the greatest loss that I've endured in my life. Like, I mean, I just went off the deep end when that happened. Heartbroken. I don't even know. He was like a brother to me. I'm an only child. That's as close as I'll get to a brother. I read his eulogy at his funeral. He had a huge service. I read the eulogy, and that's what I said, that he was like a brother to me. So, and he had passed away from an accidental overdose. And I figure, I know my platform it's not huge, but it's big enough where, I feel like I can utilize it to actually affect some change and to save some lives. It's like Narcan is free in a lot of states, but there's a lot of states where it's not. I'm hearing people say they're charging $100, $150. Some places are charging $40 over the counter. It should be free. It should be, there's all these charities and nobody's giving away Narcan for free. Not that I know of. So I thought that it would be a good idea. So in order to raise money for it, I did that first raffle. So I'm gonna get the nonprofit status. What that's gonna allow me to do is like have poker nights, like you get different fundraising privileges with the nonprofit status, and you can do a lot more as a nonprofit. So I'm gonna get that on the 21st with the money that we raised from the first raffle. I found somebody that's going to give us mass quantities of Narcan. I have about 130 now. If you already had sent me an email and I said I was going to send it, you guys are already on the top of the list. I don't know if I already said that, but you guys will be getting it first. We're hoping to do it this week coming up. And you get on this mailing list that we have now. It will be in the linked comment, and it goes into our database where we can automatically print it as a label and just send it out. And I'll do a whole video about how to use that. I just think that, it's a really great opportunity to save a lot of lives. And I know that Paul really would have liked it. He was in and out of recovery. When I got sober for 3 years, he was probably one of the main reasons that I was able to get sober and stay sober. It was one of those like, well, if he can do it, I can do it. And he had like 5 years in the program sponsoring people. And he was just he'd always been there for me. Anytime that I'd gone to jail, anytime I go to the hole in prison, he'd write me. I mean, he actually really cared about me. And you can go your whole life, probably have 1 or 2 people like that, maybe 3 if you're lucky. And he was definitely a real friend. So, this is what I'm doing. I'm also going to be releasing drug stories for truckers on iTunes, Spotify, all the different music platforms. And that's we just put in for it today. I don't know, it takes like 3 to 7 days. As soon as that comes out, all proceeds go to my Narcan initiative. And I also have a special promotion going on with Wasting Talent, the Kindle version of my novel. I'm selling it for 99 cents right now on Amazon. It's only going to be for 72 hours, and anything I raise during that time is going to this charity. I had a lot of people, and so you go on there, you buy it for 99 cents, under $1, and whatever we make out of that is going to this, to send free Narcan out. I had a lot of people buying 50 at a time, 100 at a time, 150. Sinister bought 250 today. I know Mickey bought like a couple hundred. Tedford bought 100 of them. Sam, I think 100 of them as well. Joseph, 50. Joe Clifford bought 10. A lot of people bought 10. My parents bought 20. And so, I probably raised like $300 or $400. Amazon takes a cut of it, but all of that's going to be very helpful into keeping this thing going, to sending this out to as many people as possible. So that promotion, even if you already have my book, the paperback version, you can buy the digital version as a gift, or you can buy quantities of it. That's what a lot of people have been doing. $3 or $4 worth. So then you get 3 or 4 codes, and you can give them as gifts to people. So you can gift the book, and I'm not going to raise a lot of money with the Kindle version. It's only going on for 72 hours, but I've never had it on there that cheap. It's like the first time I've ever had a promotion with it ever. I'm just, I'm really, now that I have Patreon, I'm doing well financially, stable. And I've always wanted to get into more charitable causes, and this is the one that like my heart's really on right now, because of Paul. Also, I have an assistant now, and my assistant is in charge of, he's basically customer service. You want to if I know that for a while we had an issue with books and blotter and things, so many people, it was so I'm a disorganized person. I didn't have anything like I have now with this mailing system in place where it just automatically organizes everything. So if there's still miscellaneous books or whatever, we're gonna create a Gmail account for him that I'll post in the next couple of videos. Send whatever it is to him. If you have any issues at all, you want a refund for anything, if I forgot about you, wasn't on purpose, I know there's maybe a couple people. My Gmail, the RyanLeone313 at Gmail, is not even working anymore. It's like, it says that the mailbox is full. I have like 50,000 unread messages. You know, a lot of it's just like, you know, $14 a month and you can have a hammer whammer, shit like that. You know, a lot of spam. But there is there's a lot of people from YouTube and from various other places as well. There's a lot of personal email. But the point is that email's fucked. I can't even use it. If you try to send me an email, it'll like return it to you in a couple days and say like, this mailbox is not accepting mail. It's done. So I'm going to start a new email as well. I will definitely be posting that. So I'm trying to get like really on top of my stuff right now, organized. But just to reiterate, there's a mailing service that will be in the pinned comment. It'll be the first link. The second link will be for the Kindle version of Wasting Talent. Even if you don't have a Kindle device, you can download a Kindle app. You can read it on your phone, tablet, iPad, whatever the case. Sinister is going to be raffling off 5 more paintings. So there's been paintings behind me when I'm doing my videos. 5 of those. 5 different original paintings by him. They're at a gallery right now, and like, you know, we'll give you a certificate of authenticity and what the market value of it is. Expensive paintings though. Mickey Avalon is going to be donating 2, so we'll be doing a raffle for Sinister, for Mickey, and then I have some surprise people as well. You know, that a lot of people are behind this cause. A lot more people are supportive than I thought. If you want to get on that list, I encourage you to sign up for it. Even if you're sober now, if you have a history with opiates or opioids, it's good to have in your house. You know, I mean, we have this in like all over, in different rooms and everything. Like, we're ready. You know, if I relapse, like, and I go out, I've trained Karina what to do with the Narcan, and you know, it saved my life a bunch of times. So that's it. Sign up for the mailing list. Buy the Kindle if you want. When Drug Stories for Truckers, I'm donating all that. And be on the lookout for these raffles. Any questions, concerns, any of that shit, now I have an assistant. He's going to be taking care of all of it. I'll put that email out soon. Appreciate you guys. And what else? Oh, yeah. Palabra.